Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode. Today, we're going to be talking about Lychee Slicer and their auto supporting function that actually works. And without wasting any time, I'm going to cut right into it and show you how to use it. Here we go. Okay, so here we are in Lychee Slicer, and I prepared a plate of some objects, and they're already lifted 5 millimeters off the plate each. So great, we're already ready to go. We're going to head over our Prepare tab, and we're going to check out the support section over here. And then we're going to make sure we go over to auto. Now, if you'll notice, there's a new section here that says plus. Pretty cool, huh? If we go to classic, it works the same way that it used to. Nothing's changed. If you go to plus, I have created a copy of the default and changed things a little bit. So we're going to go over to the default real quick, and we're just going to take a look at what this does. And then I'm going to go through the settings with you and explain. All right, so here we go. Choose default. And then we're going to say, okay, we're going to select these objects, generate automatic. Now, Lychee Slicer has always had a very decent auto supporting function, but does it finally work really, really well? So far, my tests with it have been pretty positive. I have done it on some very delicate stuff, and it's worked really well. I'm actually pretty impressed. Now, when it's done, it's going to show you all the unsupported points. You'll notice the colors here: overhang, reinforcement, island, stabilization. It's explaining what each support is doing. Now, I love this because I feel like if you really use this and you pay attention to what's happening here when this does its job, you're going to learn a lot about how to support your models yourself. Now, you're not done. You still have to do your islands and things like that. Now, if we say delete, that will delete the unsupported points that we have not applied. If we don't delete the unsupported points, we will you will apply them. So now again, you're still going to want to check your islands, and you're still going to want to check other things like collision, proximity. But let's go ahead and go over the settings so I can show you guys how to tweak this a little bit for yourselves and what it's actually doing that's so different. Let's edit this. All right, so here we go. Global settings. Now, your mini bracings, this is whatever you choose for your bracings. This is your choice. You set this up in the bracing section. Okay? Search for ground. I'm going to say leave it at 20. That's a pretty good height as far as the distance for path. Raft type, again, that's on you. You can turn that on or off. Auto lift. I don't usually turn it on because I have auto lift on import turned on, so I don't need to worry about it. Snap on grid, I usually turn that on. And auto parent, I keep off um, because we already have the auto bracing turned on, so you don't have to auto parent anything. Although you can, if you want to make the trees a little bit more refined, you can turn that on. But yeah, it's on by default if you turn the snap on grid. So if you turn this off, you'll turn the auto parenting off. But if you turn the snap on grid on, auto parenting has to be on by default in order to cluster your supports. If it's off, they're going to look more like the classic mode where they're, all just individual. If it's on, they're going to look like the newer mode where you have this more, tree system with your supports. I recommend keeping the snap on grid on, which will keep your auto parenting on. Auto bracing's up to you. You can always go in later and do your bracings how you want them. Island's first layer. And now this is cool because this lets you specify how it hits each island for different size islands. If the island's a bit bigger, you know, you probably want a larger density support. And likely you would, because you'd want to be able to catch them and be able to control them. One of the things that people didn't like about auto supporting is that it only stuck a support. Oh, here's an island. Boop. This will actually do island reinforcement as well, and we'll hit that in just a second. Now you can go through each one and specify a size for each one. I have done so already on mine, tweaked it a little bit from the original. But I recommend sticking with the default. It actually works pretty good for most miniatures. I tweaked this a little bit for some of the other parts that I use. Now you have islands reinforcement. Now this will be complementary supports that will be added to every island based on the island's volume. So if the island is small, we can turn that on, and it's going to add an additional support of this size to where those islands are. In the past, when an island was applied, it would only apply one. And then you have your overhang, which tells it obviously what types of supports to use on overhangs. And then you have stabilization. Which really what this does is that you can see right there by the picture, it stabilizes. So if you have too much of a gap, you're going to have drooping in your prints. And so this will help you prevent that. Again, we'll use my version here. Again, not going to be too much different. And if you really want to go point to point, you can. You can check out each one and see exactly what's going on here. You can see what we've done here. See, now these are all the unsupported points. And you can select the groups here. You can make them invisible if you want. This will show you, okay, here, look, this is something that is unsupported. Now we'd have to look and see if this maybe is an island that the system missed. Because more than likely it kind of looks like it is. So, you'd have to go ahead and fix that manually. And then we can go to each point and we can take a look, at any other points that maybe are not supported. Now, you're still going to want to do your islands like you normally would, and you're still going to want to check and validate your prints. But I've actually heard from quite a few users that this is actually working really well for them. I myself have tried it on a few projects, and with very little intervention for me other than island checking and some validations, it has worked really well. So I highly recommend trying it if you haven't. Tweak it a little bit. Check out the feature. Lychee Slicer, the new auto support. I actually think they really did a good job with this one. I believe it is in version 7.5.2, according to what I'm looking at. So you should have this functionality. Again, I don't know if it's a plus version or one of the paid version, paid type of application version. It probably is in some cases. So I apologize if you're a free user. This might not be something you have access to. But if you're not and you are paying the subscription, this is a cool new feature that I think a lot of people are going to get use out of. It works a lot better than the original. Seems to be a bit more um, intelligent, and it seems to do a lot better job. So good job, Lychee. This is working really well. And anyway, I hope this explains how it works, and you guys get to see it in action. So anyway, check it out. Go try it for yourselves. And that's all for this video. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Happy holidays again, and see y'all soon. Bye bye.